Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, I'm easy.
Hi, welcome to Alcatraz. We're actually starting this edition with, one of the biggest names in the whole weekend. And you came here despite that I wasn't sure if you were actually going to make it. So.
Oh, I was always planning on being here.
No, thank you for taking
No, I'm glad to be here, absolutely.
Actually, I saw you 2 years ago with Twisted Sister, and
Yes.
you guys were here on the stage, and it was going to be the end of Twisted Sister and the end of you coming here.
Yeah, I just got asked a question by the promoter of Alcatraz at the press conference. He says, how are you feeling? Having done one of your last show in Europe was here 2 years ago, and now you're back solo with a new album that's reacting really well. And I said, it's really kind of weird, because I really felt like Twisted was my great love, and we were parting company, we still loved each other, and I didn't have any plans on meeting somebody else. And then all of a sudden, I fell in love again, and I'm back, and I feel like I'm cheating. I feel like, do they think I was lying to them, that I fooled them? I wasn't, for the love of metal, my new album was a complete surprise.
The rain is nothing to fear when you become the storm. We are not here to suffer.
That's great, though, that you just kind of rolled into this new challenge just like that.
Life's all about challenges. I'm part of a show called Rawstatica in the States, and it was on Broadway. It was classical music mixed with classic rock, and it had different singers, and they asked me if I would sing, and I had to sing Zeppelin, I had to sing Aerosmith. I never sang Stairway to Heaven. I never stood there on a stage and sang a ballad, but to me that was a challenge. And now they asked me to be part of the show, and I'm going to be touring with them.
Yeah.
But to me, when Jayme Jasta said, dude, you should do a contemporary metal album, and I said, I'd love to, I just don't know what to do. And he said, well, I'll show you what to do. You just bring that voice, bring the attitude, bring your passion and your power, and we'll help you with the rest. And they did.
So, and right after you ended the at least the European leg, or the Benelux part of the end of Twisted Sister, how did that feel, sort of coming back from that and then feeling like, okay, that's kind of it for now? How was that for you?
I really thought I was done. I really thought I was done. Now, I did another solo album, which I wasn't expecting to do a year ago, and it was kind of another challenge. Some pop producer said, hey, what do you think? I challenge you to do a mainstream record. And I was like, all right, let's try a mainstream rock record. And we did it, and it came out great, but it didn't connect. And it didn't connect for me either. I'm proud of the record. It's called We Are the Ones. I liked the stuff, but it just didn't feel like home. This feels like home.
Right, yeah.
People hear me singing on this album, and they go, oh, does it hurt to sing like that? I said, no, that's my natural voice.
Right.
Singing Led Zeppelin, that's difficult.
Yeah.
Screaming with anger, that's what I do.
Yeah. Just to take it back to 2 years ago, when I was actually in the front stage, rocking away to Twisted Sister's show, I was so impressed with your showmanship. Like, there is something so wonderful about how you move on the stage, and you sort of know exactly where to be. That's something, even though I know you obviously have tons of experience, it's still something that you don't learn. You know what I mean? It means that it's naturally in you. So this is a bit of a weird stretch, but I wonder what kind of a child you were.
I was an attention-starved child.
Okay.
I'm the oldest of 6, and I was also the first grandchild, first nephew, I was the first on the entire family. When someone has the first baby, I was the first baby. And then within a year, everybody started having babies, so I went from being
the king
to put on the,
right.
Take care of yourself.
Right.
And because there's all these other babies. And I know that affected me, and I just wanted to be that again, that one in the middle, at the center of attention.
Yeah.
I've developed. I've got an ability to perform. It's learned. It's instinctive. It's all those things. I just wish I could plug a flash drive or something in the back of my neck and then give it to some young musician. Say, here, take this, run with it, because it takes decades to learn
Yeah.
to do that.
I am a force of nature, destroy your great design. I am the warning, you will never eat in time.
Also, what I noticed in For the Love of Metal and of course the last single, I'm sorry, I'm just Become the Storm. As many songs, We're Not Gonna Take It. There's always this theme of fighting. There's always this theme of like not giving up and being kind of like a warrior and not letting, you know, sort of the life's challenges get you down and, you know, just being like.
She's paying attention. She actually pays attention. No, truly. But
So
that's
how
what,
important is that for you?
really important. And Jayme, when we were, you know, discussing this record, he said, "What do you want to say? What is Dee Snider? You're 63.
Yeah.
You're elder statesman of rock now.
Yeah.
And what do you want to say?" And I said, "I realize, look, as happy and successful as I am, and I am happy and I am successful, I know I am the voice for those who don't have a voice.
Yeah.
And I want to still scream in anger for those who can't. Because I realize that's the job I've been given. And know this is important for me to still be that torchbearer, to still be that guy who's out in front with the flag, marching into battle with everybody, and hopefully behind me, because I don't want to fight by myself, but I want to be that voice."
Do you feel like you have people behind you? Does it feel that way? Does it feel like you do? Or have you become so used to it by now that you don't see that?
Well, I do. You know, I do see it, I do feel it, and I see it, you know.
Well, now
It's-
with Jayme, for example, is a good example.
Yeah, it is. But that was right. That was a really good example, because it was like when Jayme, I said, "Who's gonna make this record? Who's gonna do it?" He said, "Everybody is going to want to work with Dee Snider.
Yeah.
Everybody." And I was like, "Really?" Like, you know, look, I'm an egomaniac. I'm a narcissist. I'm all those things, but still not to the point where I think that I'm the last word about anything. And then just to see people from Lamb of God and Disturbed and Killswitch Engage and Arch Enemy and all these people coming out of the woodwork and saying, yeah, no money. That's where the title came from, For the Love of Metal. We had no budget, we had no money, we couldn't pay a thing. It was, hey, everybody came for free. Everybody came because they wanted to work with me, they wanted to work with Jayme for the love of metal. And that was the beauty of the album.
All right, just one last question. What you've kind of mentioned, you've touched upon it, but also with that whole, you remember that whole censorship thing that you fought for, and you know all those things that you've stood for, and then this, and I just wonder, what do you hope your legacy will be?
Look, I always, more in the States, I'm known for doing radio and TV and Broadway and movies and you know, all sorts of things like that. I'm a personality, and I consider myself to be an entertainer. And at the end of the day, beyond the messages, beyond firing people up, I want to entertain people, and it's an escape for people. You come to a show, you're supposed to forget about your problems. You're supposed to just get lost for a little while in the music and in the moment, and scream a little bit and yell a little bit and feel better afterwards. So I hope that people just recognize and appreciate and say that Dee is and was and always will be a voice for those who don't have a voice.
Perfect. Thank you so much. That was awesome.